Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about classifying your leads and an overview of the follow-up schedule that we use whenever leads come in the pipeline. Now guys, this is really important because whenever leads come in, we want to put them in certain buckets in order to determine how we follow up with them, when we follow up with them, and to just basically keep track of them. Because if you're only following up with the hot leads like I did whenever I first started, guys, you are missing out on a lot of deals. And I'll tell you what, I learned this the hard way when I did not follow up with leads I initially thought were not interested, like cold and warm leads. However, months later, I saw those sellers sell their properties to other wholesalers because I didn't follow up with them. So classifying your leads and putting them in certain buckets, which we use cold, warm, and hot, and determining how you're going to follow up with them and when you're going to follow up with them will actually help you in the long run and allow you to stay a little bit more organized. So guys, the first lead type we want to discuss here, and I'll put this in red, is actually cold leads. So what do we do with cold leads, guys? So these are basically leads that come in and they say, hey, I'm not interested. No, maybe I'll sell in a year. Take me off your list. Where do you get my number? These are cold leads, guys. These actually don't even need to be followed up with you manually. You shouldn't be speaking with these people manually. If you talk to them on the phone and you get the inclination that they're not interested, there's no need to talk with them. Whenever I first started, I was just having conversations with people for the sake of it. If they have no intent to sell, get off the phone with them. Like, you should know within 30 seconds of speaking with them whether or not they want to sell. These people could have these huge elaborate stories about how they're renovating the house, how nice it is. That's great. And this is probably another one I want to add on here, is my house is perfect. If somebody comes and says my house is perfect, great. List it with a realtor. There's nothing we can do with a perfect house. If they think it's perfect, even if they want retail, I know some people that watch these videos do lease options and stuff like that. I don't do that. They still have to have motivation. And most likely, if they think their house is perfect, then they're not going to think that they have a situation that warrants them needing your help. So just tell them, hey, that's great. I'm glad your house is perfect. List your perfect house with a realtor. So, as I discussed a few minutes ago, these people stay on our main marketing list. So they don't get followed up with us manually, but how we make sure we stay atop of mind for them is actually continuing to market to them. So whether you're doing text message marketing, cold calling, direct mail, Facebook, whatever you're doing, you're going to continue marketing to these people. Let your automation do this. Let your cold callers or your VAs handle this. Your acquisitions manager and you personally are not dealing with these people that are not interested. So one thing we want to talk about, guys, is whether or not somebody is a lead and a prospect. I should have discussed this first, but quickly, I just want to mention this. So a lead is anybody that is actually saying, yes, I'm interested in selling. So cold people, sellers, these aren't leads, guys. These are just regular Joes that you're marketing to, and they're just prospects on your list, and they're not interested. Now, you may have somebody that says, yes, I'm interested in selling, but then as you speak with them, they reveal that they're actually cold. At that point, I would just not even follow up with them and just put them on your main marketing list. So those are prospects, all the people on your main marketing list. Leads, guys, are actually people that come in and say yes. So just want to make that clear for you guys in case there's any confusion. That's actually really subjective. It's based on what you consider a lead in your business. I only consider people that say, yes, I'm interested in selling. To you, you may only consider somebody who says, yes, I want to sell, but at a certain price. So you have to determine what that is for your particular business. Now, let's talk about warm leads, guys. I'm going to put this in yellow here because we're warming up here. Not quite to the point where we need them, but truthfully, these warm leads, guys, are going to be 90% of what's going to make your deals, right? So 90% of whatever comes in that's warm, these are going to be the meat of what you'll contract. and it's going to happen over the course of 60, 90, 180 days, most likely. So if somebody is warm, that's when they're going to sell. If somebody's hot, they're going to sell probably within 30 days. But these are the people we want to follow up with. And these are often the people that may not, you may not get excited whenever they call in, because they're going to say something like, make me an offer. I may be interested. I'm fixing it myself. You're going to have to massage these people and get them comfortable with your message, guys. And we all know it takes 7 to 12, possibly more points of contact in order to get a contract. I know in our business, we've marketed it to people and we've followed up with people close to 90 times before they sold. Other people, it typically takes about, 75 follow-ups, but that doesn't mean we're manually following up with them 75 times. Really, what we do is if we get a voicemail for them, we'll shoot them a text. If we have their email, we'll shoot them an email and also leave them a voicemail. So each time we're getting in about 3 touches. So with that being said, guys, the more follow-up, the better. So we want to follow up with these people that are warm over the course of 2 to 4 weeks. So if you feel like it's going to take over a month to follow up with them again, like if they say something that just is off-putting, and you're like, okay, I'll probably have to follow up with this person maybe in 3 months. They're just like nowhere near selling. Then you want to go ahead and just knock them down to cold. All these statuses are fluid. You can bring somebody up from cold to warm, which is great. That's what we want to do. Or you can easily knock somebody down from warm to cold and just say, hey, it's not worth my time to follow up with them. I'll just let the cold marketing department deal with these people and just follow up with them on a automated monthly basis whenever the cold callers hit them up or whether they're being text messaged. And lastly, guys, what we want to chat about are the hot leads. And I'm going to put this in green, and actually I lied because this is the second to last category. But these are people that say, yes, I'm sick. I need to sell. They're excited. Like they say, yes, I'm excited. Or the seller goes on some long tangent about their troubled life and spills out their soul to you. Like we've all had sellers, guys, that have gone and just said, they've just gone down this whole tangent about why they need to sell. And they're pretty much sold with selling their property to you. They're sold on you. At that point, while they're saying all this stuff, guys, you go ahead and just type up the contract and get ready to send it to them. So these people I follow up with probably daily or at least once per week. So, or maybe every other day, just depending on the conversation. They may say, hey, all this sounds good. Let me just chat with my wife. Let me just chat with my husband and I will get back to you. Follow up with me in a week. They'll actually pursue you. And that's a good thing. You want the sellers pursuing you, not necessarily the other way around. So if you're having to pursue them, then they're most likely not hot. They're most likely warm. And lastly, guys, and we're going to put this in orange because these are actually blazing hot sellers. These are our very, very hot sellers. These are the ones that actually accepted our agreement over the phone, like our offer, and they said they want to sign the contract. Or you already sent them the contract. Guys, you're not annoying these people. If they say they want to sign, then blow them up. Hold their feet to the fire. They said they want to sign. Send them the contract. Follow up with them. Do whatever you have to do to get the contract signed. Because what's going to happen is if you let your foot off the gas and they're still motivated to sell, your competition is going to swoop right in on you. So guys, that's a brief overview of how I classify my leads. I'll go more in depth a little bit later on in other videos about what we say whenever we follow up, how we follow up with the sellers, and what that looks like. Because there's a lot of different scenarios that this can take just based on what the conversation or how the conversation goes. So I'll give you guys some of those scenarios in later videos. But guys, if you have any questions, as always, shoot me a message, leave me a comment, and I look forward to you guys viewing this video, and I hope you're having a great day.